How's it going, everybody? We are really excited to be doing our very first conversational video. We've only done gameplay videos up until now, but we wanted to talk about BT-08. There's a lot of cool stuff that's going on, and we just had a European metagame breakdown graphic go up that got me really excited. I'm sure all of you as well. But first, let me introduce my co-host, Beck.
Hello!
Beck is really good at the competitive scene. She's tapped into everything that's actually going on. I'm more on the casual side. I want to talk real quick about this 22 European regional metagame breakdown graphic. We're seeing an overwhelming chunk of the pie here dedicated to blue-green Imperial Digimon. So let's read Imperial Digimon Fighter Mode. It's a 12 play cost, 13,000 DP. It has, when Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less to its owner's hand. And when attacking, once per turn, if a blue card is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, unsuspend one of your Digimon. If a green Digimon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So kind of the best of both worlds. Like, if you want to understand what a blue-green archetype is, this is it stapled onto one single card.
It's doing all the things that blue and green do.
Yeah, but plenty of bounciness and stuff. And what I'm noticing in a lot of lists, too, is you don't see any Paladin Mode, which as a, nerd, I'm kind of bummed out by, because I opened 3 fighter modes, I opened 3 Paladin modes. I want to build a deck with these, but it doesn't seem to be very good. Any ideas as to why we're not seeing many lists playing Paladin Mode right now?
Seems slow to me.
Yeah, it's
a big body. It's huge, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see any need for it. I'm also not a huge Imperial fan, unfortunately.
Well, unfortunately, I am. So I'm like,
you can run whatever you want.
I've been forcing this deck for way too long, and it hasn't been working out for me. Like in our last episode of our gameplay series, I played an Imperial Digimon deck, and I didn't even get up to past Pyle Digimon ever.
Well, fortunately, with the new Imperial deck, you will definitely be able to do that.
Yeah,
it's just you're gonna have to build the deck.
Yeah, that's a really key part of this next season. Is the starter decks are actually filled with important pieces.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to the release. It should be, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but it's supposed to be this coming weekend, so.
All right, let's go into Yellow-Purple Mastermind, which is accounting for 14% of the pack right now. And again, starter deck tech is coming into play here. All right, so let's go ahead and read Mastermind. It's a 13 play cost, 13,000 DP at level 6 Digimon. And then, when Digivolving, place one yellow or purple Digimon from your trash on top of your security stack face down. When DNA Digivolving, you may search your security stack for one level 5 or lower Digimon card and play it without paying its memory cost. Then shuffle your security stack. And then all turns, when you play another Digimon using an effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or equal to the played Digimon's level.
Yeah, very broken. I'm looking a lot more forward to the Mastermind deck than Imperial. Yeah. And I'm looking for an excuse to use all the Lucemon Chaos modes that I collected in the last set, and that's going to be going in the Mastermind deck. So yeah, I really was excited when I saw the set coming out because of the dual colors. Like for the last set, we were trying to at the end of BT-7, people were trying to force blue hybrid with a green package as well, and then you're seeing the yellow hybrid with the purple eggs. So now, instead of having 2 separate colors trying to work together, they're actually able to work together and not be so bricky. And with the upcoming regionals, they're actually taking away the ability to mulligan. So I think having actual dual colored cards makes it much more playable.
I think that it's cool that, because we both come from Magic, so we're used to, color combinations and stuff like this. But it's cool that in our first foray into multicolor cards in Digimon, we're asking basically, where's the overlap between these two? What do they both do? And in this case for yellow and purple, recursion or playing things in kind of a funky way is how they do the job. So I think it's really exciting. It's a cool deck, and it makes a lot of sense that it's representing 14%. It is kind of a bummer that these are starter deck Digimon, because I think the two of us would have loved to play these first 2 decks in another gameplay episode, but we just don't have our pieces yet.
Yeah, definitely. Still waiting, hopefully.
That's why we're recording this video.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, we can't play the decks that we want to play just yet, so Here we are. Moving on. 9% Black X Antibody.
I think it looks pretty decent. I think with the new cards added in, it's going to be a lot stronger. And it was already strong, like as a one stack deck. I think it was kind of like almost like reaching kind of like Jessamon levels, like in strength. And I think that having the new cards will put it over the edge a little bit more. I think some people will be playing it. I think there's a lot of X Antibody fans out there that are just really waiting for this deck to become really good. So
yeah, I think it's nifty.
It's cute.
It's cute. Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on, we've got 7% of the pack being represented by Rapidmon. This is one of the new Armor Purge cards. It's a 6 play cost, 6,000 DP, level 4 Digimon, and it has Armor Purge. When this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash the top card of this Digimon to prevent that deletion. So Armor Purge, this thing protects your guy from dying. And then when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each tamer you have in play. Then up to 3 of your opponent's suspended Digimon get minus 5,000 DP for the turn. You know a lot about this deck because you did a deck tech on it recently.
Yeah, I did a while ago, like 5 sets ago, it feels like. But yeah, no, I really like this deck. I'm very excited for Rapidmon. I've been looking at a lot of lists. I'm kind of sad that the lists that are running it aren't really utilizing the like Terriermon at all. It's more like a yellow hybrid package with Rapidmon in it and like 6 rookies. Maybe they run Labramon or Patamon from the starter deck to do some memory combos with the reduce ability. And it looks really strong to me. I am excited to try it out this format. I think this is going to be the first deck that I play just because I'm kind of familiar with like the yellow hybrid like synergies, and then just adding in that Rapidmon could be a really good way to keep tempo up and close out games maybe a little bit faster than the original yellow hybrid list. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Now we're going to skip a couple of decks, but we'll just briefly talk about 5% yellow-purple hybrid. This is nothing new. 5% blue hybrid, but then also 5% armor rush, which utilizes that mechanic that we talked about earlier, where you can trash the top card of this Digimon to prevent it from being deleted. This seems like kind of a minor thing to have a shield, but it's like having an extra body. It's like saying when this Digimon dies, it spits out another guy.
Which is like, if that deck was stronger, it would encourage me to play Rapidmon even more because the minus DP effects just go, it doesn't matter, it still gets deleted, so.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't.
It's very annoying otherwise.
Yeah, Armor Purge doesn't get around reduction effects, but when it comes to people trying to destroy your stuff, it is a great little shield. Okay.
It sure is.
Now, I want to talk about a card that I opened for pre-release that I loved, and that's Black War Greymon. I think you played a little bit of it so far. Super nifty little fellow guy. He's a 12 play cost, 12,000 DP, level 6 Digimon. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has a red Digivolution card, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon. If this Digimon has a black Digivolution card, choose any number of your opponent's Tamers. The chosen play cards must add up to 6 or less. Delete the chosen cards. So the wording on that is such a pain in the butt, but basically it's saying if this has red cards, you can choose Digimon. If it has black cards, you can choose Tamers, and then you can delete up to 6 play cost worth of stuff. And then all turns, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. I'm going to let you take it away because you've already got this deck built and you're messing around with it a little bit.
I think it's very cool. Definitely trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to have the memory because it does cost 4 to Digivolve. So like if you have a memory setter, great. Red's not super great at having a lot of memory at the start of turn, but some people choose to run something like Gravity Crush or Red Memory Boost, which can set up some Black War Greymon plays. But if you do have the memory, yeah, there's so many things that you can do. If you delete something on their board, it can restand. So I've definitely had plays where I would swing, maybe before evoing, depending on how big I am. Like with, like Red is really good at having DP boosts in its evolution traits. So maybe you swing, evo, delete something, and then restand. And then the Greymon from that deck allows it to actually have blocker. So, and it's doing this ability all turns, right? So now you have a big blocker that's like 12k on their turn, and now when they try to swing at you, if you block and delete, you can restand and block again. So I think like the deck's pretty cool in that sense. Have I been able to use the blocker ability? Not really, no. But I'm still figuring out the deck. But it seems there's very mixed opinions on Black War Greymon. I definitely was really excited to run it just because I have like the Alt-Art Coromon eggs, which I've been collecting since I started playing the game. So I was really excited to put that deck together, but I don't think that's like my first deck for this set. I like the Alterns. Like the Alterns ability was shocking to me. I didn't realize that you could do that. So it affects your turn and your opponent's turn.
Oh,
like,
that's a big deal.
Something that people really have to work around. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Because, like, say they swing into security, hit a big nasty, suddenly Black War Greymon's unsuspended. So they need to be dealing with this guy first. Okay, so now I want to ask you, what do you think as a competitive, I would call you an expert. Maybe you're too, cool to not say that yourself, but you're definitely an expert. What deck would you say is probably the most competitively viable in the coming season?
Like in BT-08, I would say that Imperial is probably going to be the strongest deck. It's like one of the most easy decks to navigate. All you do is swing.
You're telling me that an easy deck is also good?
And restand. Oh yeah.
And it's my favorite guy?
I think it's like the blue hybrid almost. Like it's not like control like blue hybrid, but I just feel like it's gonna, like you've already seen with the EU data that like it's overtaking the meta a little bit. Definitely not as much. I think a lot of the other decks are super viable too.
So probably finding ways to tech against this deck is how we protect ourselves from having another blue hybrid winter. Because this last set has been rough, to be honest. Like we're trying to come up with decks for this entertainment show, and nobody is posting any lists because blue hybrid is just it's like 4 cards are switched out for a blue hybrid list, and that's
the brand new deck.
Yeah. Wow. Great.
Brand new.
And then as far as what looks the most fun to you, what are you the most excited about playing?
What am I the most excited to play? I don't really know. Like I also did include Mastermind. That's going to be really strong as well. I think I really want to play that deck. I really like Lucemon. I'm really excited to be able to use it in a deck that is like meta viable. I was also a little bit interested in Creepymon. I think
I was going to say
out your opponent. I think that's really funny, and it is like a win condition, right? Like to deck out your opponent. So it would be pretty cool to be able to win the game that way. Maybe make people a little bit salty, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's one of those decks where kind of like Lilith Loop, like you have to, it's a skill and you need to practice to be able to nail that deck. So Creepymon's definitely really interesting. For me, I would say I'm very excited about Blue-Green Imperial, but I just need to find a way for it not to be like, oh great, another this guy or whatever, because I've spent the last how long?
Paladin Mode in yours. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'll play a Paladin Mode. That's it. I'm going to play Paladin Mode because then I'm not going to be the suppressive jerk that shows up with the most meta deck, and it'll serve my inner child who's trying to relive a TV show from 20 years ago. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching, and Beck, I want to thank you for sitting down and having this conversation with me about the upcoming meta. We've got a lot of exciting content that we're looking to do going forward. We're looking to take everything that we've done so far and kind of expand it and do it in a more refined way that's exciting this season. So don't forget to subscribe if you like what we're doing, and if you love what we're doing, let's talk about your favorite decks that you're excited to build in the comments section. And you can follow me at JakeBossMTG on Twitter, and you can follow Beck at MTGGirl_. Thanks everybody for watching. Beck, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you so much. It's been great.
All right. Bye everybody.